Isabel Letzler, Pleiad HC, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today's topic is about how to create a targeted network. So it's following all the videos I've already made on how to build networks. I've talked many times about networking because I think it's definitely the way to grow your career, change careers, and improve basically your career solutions that you have right now. So the first thing you need to do to create a targeted network is to check my latest blog post. I've actually posted a lot of senior leadership and managerial events in Switzerland. I wanted to get a little bit of visibility on what's happening in terms of innovation and leadership and business in Switzerland for English speakers, because of course there's a lot of local events in the local language, which I would only understand the Francophone ones because I speak French, but I don't understand the Italian nor the Swiss German ones. So I tend to stick with English, and also my goal with my organization is really to bring a center of knowledge for English speakers in Switzerland so that they can basically understand what's going on in terms of business in Switzerland. So I'll post this article below. It gives you events to go to for the next 2 months from now. So this is a great way for you to bring your business card, shake some hands, and show what you can do for organizations. This is going to also put you in a different status in terms of where you are with your career. Again, the idea is to get some contacts, to at least get some feedback, and maybe these people can introduce you to other people. So that's the idea of a network. So check my blog article. The second thing is I want you to make networking a habit. So what I mean by this is that we all have issues sometimes, and it's the same with sports, in being regular. So I have this issue myself. I'm not trying to be superior or different. I think doing something on a regular basis is very difficult, and I've also tried different things. When I said, okay, you know, how do I make this a habit, or how do I commit to this? And the only way to do this is really to automate and to put it in your calendar. So I'm very strict with putting things in my calendar. I've learned this from the Stephen Covey method back when I started working. If you want to read Stephen Covey books, they're really about personal efficiency. So if you're a manager or someone who wants to also be more organized in general, I really recommend Stephen Covey's books because they will really give you a lot of good tips. Nowadays, a little bit more recent, we have someone like Tim Ferriss who also gives a lot of production tools, and I think his last book I haven't read yet is really focused on that, the tools for the Titans. So the idea is really to get yourself organized and automate. I'm doing this all the time and trying to improve because time is short, a day goes quickly, so I can't produce all the information I'm producing if I'm not on some form of automation. So the idea is that if you want to network and you want to make it a habit and not take all of your time, you have to automate it in your calendar where you have a day that's set when you actually do this. So one event a week I usually recommend for people who are not entirely comfortable with networking but want to get their feet wet. Once a week is reasonable for anyone, even working professionals. One evening a week or one lunch. At least it gets you out there, and you'd be surprised. I give the math because I think it's important. If you go to one event per week, that's 4 per month. And let's say you meet three people in this event, 3 times 4, that's 12 networking contacts new in your Rolodex or LinkedIn or what have you. So remember the statistics. I think you don't have to do a huge amount of work. You just need to start, and you just need to do it on a consistent manner. So that's my second message. My third message is about it's better to network when you have a job. And I've said this also before. If you start when you lose your job, you're already going to be less effective because people won't necessarily, you're putting yourself in a position of weakness in the sense that you're the one, or at least so is perceived. So let's say you don't have a job, you meet someone who has a good job. And you probably think even before meeting this person, oh my God, they're the CEO or the VP of this company and I'm unemployed, you know, and the label starts sticking to you. Whereas if you had met this person in your last job, then you would have been more on equal footing. Maybe you were also a VP or manager or what have you. So it's always more difficult to present yourself without the label. I think the label is very comforting for people. So once you lose the label, you also lose your ability to lead the conversation and be confident about what you can bring. So of course, a lot of people do it all the time, the network, when they have lost their job. I think this is going to change because now people realize the value of actually looking for a job when you have one. So you'll see more and more people will, think a little bit before and try to make those appointments before they lose their job. So if you're listening to this video and you have a job right now, set it in your calendar once a week. I've given you in my blog some potential events all over Switzerland. And I've also given before many links of platforms and websites where you can find events to go to. And also now you have new ways on LinkedIn to also connect with individuals and all those platforms. So feel free to do that. So you realize that after a while you will have your network, your key people that you can trust. And then when you lose your job, all you have to do is just go to your contacts and say that you're here and you're available for work. And you'd be surprised, a lot of people will respond. And the job search that could have taken a year is only going to take a few months. So that's the value for you to start doing it right now, is the time saving. So yes, this is going to be important in your next career step, is how much you would have prepared for the change and anticipated it is going to make a difference for your next transition or your next move. Thank you very much.